Yeah, just a few thoughts on how to use the internet to help your business survive and prosper in 2012. With regards what we do, I think Jonathan pretty much covered it there in his little intro. A little bit about the internet, as you probably know, it's the internet as we know it. There was a chap called Tim Berners-Lee who's actually a sir now. I think he's an English scientist. In about 1989, 1990, he came up with the idea of linking computers via this HTTP that you see on the start of every web address. That was enable people to link from computer to computer. Is there? Am I too close to them? No, okay. And there was lots of other websites and development, and then it comes to Google in 1998, which I'm sure everybody knows about Google and what it does. Why does it matter? Well, 65% of all web searches in the world go through Google. So more than Yahoo, Bing and Alta Vista, anybody else you can think of, it goes through Google. How does Google work? It's one big popularity contest. It's just all about links, links and more links. So the more links you get to your website, i.e. these HTTP tags that from other sites coming back to you, the better. Now, how can we actually use that in terms of business continuity, etc.? Well, with Google, the higher up the rankings, because you've got 65% of everybody looking online to try and find your type of business or what you do, there's two ways to get high rankings. One is the pay-per-click. Now, it's what Google wants, it's how it makes its money. I mean, incidentally, a little side note, in the UK alone, Google makes more money than the whole of ITV and independent radio put together. So that gives you an so those little ads that you see at the top of a Google search and such like, that's where they make the money. Now, the benefits of pay-per-click is it's instant, you can work to a budget and it's direct. So you can start a campaign and 20 minutes from now, within the hour, you're on page one of Google. The only thing is it can become costly and a bit of a money pit, and so you end up putting lots of money into it, not actually knowing where you're going, and it's a constant and utter drain on your resources. So what I'd like to introduce is the idea of the organic listings, which is how to get to the top of the normal rankings. Now, quick show of hands, who here is a business owner or a business manager? Pretty much everybody, okay. And who here has a website within that business? Okay, pretty good. Okay, so I won't bore you with why having a website is a good idea. Okay, now within the top rankings, the benefits are there's no ongoing cost. Once you're there, you pretty much stay there as long as you're relevant to that search term. So, say for instance, I see John Bullock here. So we're looking for property lettings in Liverpool. You put it in. If he's there, page one, number one, he'll stay there because that's what his business does. People are clicking on it. Google likes that. Relevant searches. It's very low maintenance as well, as probably just described there. Once you're up there, you pretty much stay there. The negatives is it can take a little bit, 2 or 3 months, depending on what the keyword is, sometimes sooner. Now, just going back a moment to the pay-per-click way, there's 2 online tools that'll help you. If you want to go that route and you want to try and do a bit of trade this afternoon or within the next few days, these 2 tools here, the free websites, just tap them into Google, SpyFu. Now, SpyFu, what that does is the free version, it will give you the top 10 advertisers and what keywords they're going for. So that'll basically help you. Your competitors already out there who are on pay-per-click, they're doing the work anyway. So why don't you, piggyback what all their hard work and millions that they spend. Same thing with Keyword Spy, very similar product. Both of them will give you examples of what adverts that your competitors are using as well and what keywords they're going for. So that will, it's a massive help. So there's a couple of little tips there if you make a note of them. If not, then I'm sure in the missive that Jonathan will send out, they'll be there. Now, with this tool here, the Google AdWords tool, it's a free tool. Google wants you to advertise on them, so it'll give you every help to get, to the best out of their service. So if you just tap into Google AdWords keyword tool, AdWords tool, something like that, basically it'll come up with a page. You can put in the search terms. So say for instance, Again, I hate to pick on him, but John Bullock, if he was to put in property lets Liverpool, then it'll show you how many searches globally and locally for those terms. And then you can extrapolate the information a little further, and you can get how much roughly you're going to be paying per click for that. So that'll give you an idea how many searches and how much it's going to cost you per click. The other good idea, and is where I come in, or where I use a tool for, is it helps you mine niches and helping you find low competition yet profitable opportunities. Now what does that mean? Basically that means that in amongst that search term property lets in Liverpool, there's probably going to be a whole load more of ideas or suggestions of what to aim for in the searches. So, and they won't be maybe as expensive as maybe the headline term that you're looking for. So Google will give you literally 100 different ideas for that, and it'll show you roughly how much it's going to cost you and also the number of searches. So a couple of little pointers there. Another thing as well, because I'm all about piggybacking other people's hard work, because I'm essentially lazy. If you go to any of your page one competitors, so there might be somebody page one number one, open their site up, right click on it, and then you'll see a dialog box halfway down or 2/3 of the way down. You'll see view source. Click on that, it'll open up another little dialog box, and in amongst there you'll see meta keywords. Now there's loads of code and everything like that. I won't bore you with what it all means, but the meta keywords is the one that we're after, and meta description, because those will give you the keywords that your competitors are actually targeting, and that's giving them a massive boost to get to top of page one. So just a couple of little things to do there. Now I know the theme is business continuity. Well, we all have to sort of adapt and change to circumstances, and it'd be nice if our business could still run even though all hell is breaking loose around us. So one of the ways is to sell your knowledge. Now, I could point you in the direction of a number of different websites where there's actually literally thousands of people who want to sell what you've got, your knowledge. Now, whatever your knowledge is, whether it's, I don't know, you're a photographer or you're a health and safety guru, an expert, then you can actually package that knowledge very simply. It doesn't have to be BBC or broadcast quality. You can film what you're doing, even what we're doing today, even whatever equipment you've got, record it, package it, reduce it down into an MP4 file, and then you can upload it to a couple of sites. One is ClickBank, and there's others as well, whereby there's affiliates. Now, you offer a decent commission, then they'll go out and sell it. They'll do all the advertising, they'll do all the marketing for you. All you need to do is upload it, give them a great commission, bit of a sales page, and away you go. You can actually be selling your knowledge even while you sleep. So that's another little idea to take. So, I mean, as I said there, instead of forcing your product or service onto a reluctant market, you can hunt for profitable niches, and there's going to be lots of different ideas and search terms that you can target for that. This is the long tail theory and practice. I'm going to try and be as quick as I can here, because I'm mindful of time. This is just a very quick theory that abounds in the internet marketing world. Basically, there's a market for everything online. Now, if you can imagine an L-shaped graph, and then you've got a line going around from the top along to the bottom. Now, at the top, your blockbusters, your Hollywood, your major publishers, your big newspapers, things like that, your Adidas, Nike, Budweiser. And then at the end, at the bottom, there's loads and loads and loads of profitable niches. Now, because of the size of the market, the size of the world, if you look at the blockbusters, yep, there's only very few of those. But right down the bottom, there's going to be niche after niche, literally millions of different niches. So everybody from a Hollywood studio and, ICI or Coca-Cola, right down to a basket maker in India, can market themselves online because of this long tail theory. So it allows you, instead of broadcasting, as in, to everybody, you can actually narrowcast to the people who actually want your product or service. So you can still be selling, even if, even in your local area or in your business site, nothing much is happening. So think globally as well as locally. And just a little fact there, Amazon has sold at least one of every single product that they've got in stock. So whatever it is, whether it's a a cushion cover or, you know, the latest, think of an author, Barbara Taylor Bradford book, then they've sold at least one of every one of those. So that gives you an idea that there is a market for everything. Couple of very, very quick examples of using the internet to expand your business, and even if in a downturn. I work quite a lot, one of my biggest clients is the Yorkshire insurance brokers. Now, I started working with them probably coming up to about 2 years ago. They had 2 brokers and an admin girl. Now, through helping them with their internet strategy and developing the search engine rankings, they've actually nearly tripled the revenue from somewhere in the region of about 1 million to just under 3. Now, it's cost them about 4 grand to do that. I probably developed about 4 websites for them, worked on about 30 keywords, something like that. So they've gone from 2 to 6 brokers. They're saving themselves around 50 grand every year in ad costs. And everything, all their business now is generated online. So all the inquiries that they get is through the website. It's not, they don't do any outbound cold calling, nothing like that. Don't buy in any data, it's all done online. And just this year, they've been voted one of the country's top independent brokers at BIBA, which is the big insurance association. There's a small door supplier that I've started working with. He's a joiner by trade, but he's found a great door supplier. Now, this is talking about a little niche here. He was online in October, started a website. Now, since then, I've been working with him. I've got him page 1 on Google for 2 of the highest volume search terms, which combined are over 30,000 searches a month, which, if you can imagine, that's 30,000 people thinking, I want that product. It's not like putting an ad in the Echo and, you know, you're waiting on a Wednesday, by Friday you know it's worked or not. That's 30,000 people every month. He's selling doors every single day now, and that's just from those 2 search terms, and he's competing with the likes of B&Q, Wix, Howden, so it doesn't matter how big or small you are, you can be up there with the big boys. Now, very last one, because I promised I would do, but I know, where's Steve Dixon when you need him, giving it one of those in the corner? No, honestly. Well, last one is Paul Lyon of PSV Media. Again, I've been working with him for a little while, and he's page 1, number 1 for, very boring term, bus advertising. But that gets about 5,000 or 6,000 searches a month. But he's competing and he's above the likes of CBS, JC Transport Media, all these big multinational ad agencies. So that, and you know, I haven't touched his site in nearly 2 years, but he's still there, page 1, number 1. So that gives you an idea that the internet is powerful and will create more business. We'll leave that, and yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. But thank you for your ears, and I hope you have a good afternoon. Thank you.